Hey, good morning, guys. My name's Adam over here at Gainesville Health and Fitness, and today we wanted to take a little bit of time to run through some of my favorite lunge modifications to really ramp up some of that lower body strength training. Alrighty, guys, so we've all kind of heard that like squats and deadlifts are kind of like the kings and queens of like lower body strength, but I do feel like one exercise that kind of gets left out in the dust a little bit is the lunge, especially if we're doing our lunge correctly. Now the question is, well, what does a correct lunge look like? So let me kind of show you how I like to teach a lunge. If we're talking about a traveling or a moving lunge, the way that I like to cue this is I'm going to take a large step forward, almost as if I'm stepping over a puddle of water. So big, large step. And then I want to shift all of my weight into this foot. So the only thing on the ground on the back foot is my toenail. From here, I'm going to push myself up, taking that back foot with me, and then I repeat as I travel forward. So now I've put a lot more load onto that front foot, along with more range of motion or more stretch across that hip. So we can really target and hammer that glute a lot more. Now, traveling lunges take up a lot more space. So if you're in a crowded gym, we just don't have a lot of space to work out maybe at home, great modification is a reverse lunge. Biomechanically, for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much the same thing. So if we want to mimic that effect, what I can do is get out a towel if you're on like a smooth floor. If you're not on a smooth floor, maybe a carpet, something like a furniture slide works really well here. What I can do is go 1 foot on the slide, 1 foot off. I'm going to load all of my weight or 99% of my weight onto this front foot. From here, I'm going to sink down into those hips. I'm thinking toenail on the towel, and then from here, push the earth away from me to stand back up to get that same sort of effect. So let's be honest, there's a lot of different variations of lunges, and sometimes it can just be tricky to decide which one you're feeling that day. So I got a fun way that you can kind of mix in a bunch of them all at once. Once again, we're going to use our makeshift furniture slide here, or again, if you're on a smooth floor, you can use a towel or a hand towel. But I got 1 foot on, 1 foot off. 90% of my weight is on the foot that's on the floor. From here, I'm going to start off with a reverse lunge, sliding that foot straight back, pushing into the earth to stand back up. From here, I'm going to shoot right out into a lateral lunge, keeping this hip directly over this foot. Again, push into the earth to stand up. And then finally, we can throw in a curtsy lunge. So this foot's going back and then slightly across, really getting a nice stretch on that hip. And then once again, driving back up. Rinse and repeat for several rounds. And then, of course, we can switch over and hit that other side. Once again, my name's Adam over here at Gainesville Health and Fitness. Definitely try out some of these little adjustments to your lunges. Let me know how that next leg day goes.